Levis. This is Jennings. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 2-yard line.
Now a handoff looking right. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Now Levis. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Wan'Dale Robinson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Oilers are an extra point away from evening this one up. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point right down the middle, and we are even at 10 apiece. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was finished up by a touchdown catch from Wan'Dale Robinson. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This taken in right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Tokyo offense heads back out there now. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
7 yards there and a first down. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Here's Watson. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there. Found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. Will Levis and the offense back out there. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either. That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. On first down, Spence. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
So many times we've seen him trying to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Levis in trouble, down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So possession goes over here on the punt. Watson off play action. And incomplete on the deep ball. 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. He'll fire deep, looking for more. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown! DJ Moore, 79 yards. And his guys have taken the lead. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Levis to throw it. And his throw here's incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Under pressure, and down he goes. And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So they bring out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's taken at around the 40. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. On 2nd down, here's Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
They've looked his way quite a bit, and in my estimation, as well they should.
Well, that's now 5 catches in this first half alone.
And he picks up another first down. He's been an important part of their offense here early.
A first down run not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now it's Watson. And his throw is incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Here's Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They thought he could win every battle.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Back to throw, it's Levis. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Defense.
So the PI decline, and that'll give them a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Levis now off of play action. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Levis on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the 2nd quarter. And this offense hoping to touchdown! Juwan Jennings, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Oilers are an extra point away from drawing level. To try here for the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even. 17 apiece. That time a 6-play drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Tokyo set to go on offense once again. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 18 on the play. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Again, it's Watson. He's got Hooper on the short connection. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. 2nd down and 4. To throw is Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. 7 yards there and a first down. That catch, by the way, ties him with Anquan Bolden all time. He's now at 1,076 career catches.
That number's staggering, isn't it? And to accumulate that many catches, you have to have played like Anquan Bolden with a fierce toughness.
Touchdown! Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And his guys are going to take the lead. So quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Wolf on now for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's finished off by the touchdown from DeAndre Hopkins. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Houston set to take over. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Levis trying to get his guys set as quickly as possible. 2nd and 2. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Breaks the tackle, now Allen. And out across midfield, down to the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Able to hit on a big play right there in the 2-minute drill. Now they've got a chance to use all the remaining clock and build on their lead right before halftime.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Back to throw, Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by Harry. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. We'll begin south of the border, and I mean way south, in Buenos Aires, Argentina, where you see the final score there. The Aviators are hanging in there in the playoff race as they jump above 500 now to 4-3 on the year. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on what should be a very tough opponent. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. We just watched a strong first half from quarterback Deshaun Watson. He threw a first quarter touchdown pass, then 2 more in the second quarter, a 3-touchdown half. And he may just be getting started.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Up the middle they go. Spence. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Levis. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Rashawn Gary able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Right foot, unfortunately, going to give the ball up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Levis back to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, that any designs on getting back into this football game in the second half. They're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a fourth down.
And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. To throw on second is Watson. With a catch made by Hopkins. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Watson now to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Catch is made by Harry. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Now Watson. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Second down and a little more than a yard here.
At the 45-yard line.
Here's Watson. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They only needed 1 yard on third down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. Watson on first down. And he rifles one incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
Back to the air, Watson on second down. On the move past the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. They'll try and run for it without him. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. On first down, it's Watson. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. Here's second and 10 now from the 29. Now it's Watson, a bootleg. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up third and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, it looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
That is caught, and he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal. Here's Watson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
On second down, here's Watson. This is caught. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Elliott. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
On 4th down, Watson. And it's caught. Touchdown. Deshaun Watson. 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Dragons' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. And now out comes Houston. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now a handoff up the middle. Spence. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Spence. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
And they'll send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Fielded at about the 28. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 38-yard line.
Now it's Watson. Over the middle, complete. That's Hopkins. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot. Faking the give. Now Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Watson. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectation.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought it from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Back to throw, it's Levis.
This is caught by Robinson. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Levis looking to throw.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Bilal Nichols in there to take him down.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now a 3-point swing right there.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They start on the ground with Elliott.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved.
Watson's throw into the hands of Hooper.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
To throw is Watson. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Oh, what a move. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30 as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Levis's throw taken in by Hawkinson here.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that will bring up second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 42-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Spence, and very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
Third and short. It's Levis. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Levis to throw it.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Levis back to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Incomplete. Buda Baker there on the coverage.
Here's Levis. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
And his kick is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
The Tokyo offense heads back out there now. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
On 1st down, Watson.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Inside give to Elliott. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Watson now to throw.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at the 18. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Houston set to take over. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Good footwork at the 30. Fights through him. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
36-yard line.
2nd down and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Levis sets up to throw here.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 1 yard to go.
Now a handoff up the middle. Spence, and he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Now Levis.
Open man, once again it's Thielen. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Levis. Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
First down, Houston.
They'll throw it again with Levis. Finding Hockenson here on the out route.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Little bootleg here. Levis.
Touchdown! Wan'Dale Robinson with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Oilers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Tokyo set to go on offense once again. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Now Watson.
Swings this out for Hunt.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by Harry. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
At the 40-yard line.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston.
And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt, and now a chance to tie the game on this possession.
Here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Looking to throw.
Going back to the same well, it's Hockenson again.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Play action now. Levis.
Rolling to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively jars it free. No first down.
Desperation time now. Here's Levis.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And as a result, possession switches hands. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. A give to Elliott running left. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Watson.
And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. To throw is Watson.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, they've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Now 2nd and 5.
Up the middle they go. Spence. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
The 35-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Back to throw, it's Levis. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Now on now is the punter as he's on to punt for Houston. This is taken at the 23. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Tokyo offense heads back out there now. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now it's Watson. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And shedding a man at the 40. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Watson.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now
as he'll come on to kick this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by 7. 1:37 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down.
Pass complete. It's Hawkinson. Second down, 8 yards to go. Levis, he'll look to throw it. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Here we go. This is fourth down. Here's Levis. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. A fourth down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes if we're in the second quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
The Tokyo offense heads back out there now.
And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And they will take a knee here. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. Well, taking that knee, maybe just a sigh of relief. They withstood a big fourth quarter comeback. Able to hold on, though.
Certainly looked like they had things going their way, didn't it? And in the fourth quarter, they had to just hold on. As you said, furious assault on them, but they were able to get it done, take a knee, and head to the locker room with a win.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for Tokyo,
they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.